Did you know that it's pretty easy to predict a person's future just by the habits that they practice on their every day? Your daily habits are a very big indicator of the direction of where you're going in life. And the things that you indulge in have a lot to do with the future that's going to unfold for you. Everyone likes to indulge in the things that we enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Who doesn't like to watch TV or to hang out with your friends, play video games, whatever it is that you like to do? Our hobbies are important. And I'm not saying to forsake them, but when you invest more time into distractions and entertainment more than your goals and your plans for the future, how does this actually help you? And if anything, it's actually hurting you. With that being said, let's talk about 3 everyday habits that will rob you of your future destiny and the life that you've always wanted for yourself. These everyday habits can silently keep you from progressing and, more importantly, keep you from fulfilling all of your goals and your aspirations for the future. So, here are the 3 distractions we need to look out for. Number 1, TV, the boob tube. Let me tell you something. Watching TV is something that we all do, and there's nothing wrong with watching TV. But when you think about it, in 2025, they have thousands of options of what you can distract yourself with your television. You can watch your favorite shows, you can watch your favorite YouTube videos. There's just so many things that are on television that is actually designed to make you stay distracted. Whether it's watching your favorite TV show or even if it's binging on a favorite program of yours, whatever the case is. These are things that, while it's not unhealthy to enjoy these things, on occasion, it is 100% unhealthy to make these things a priority over bettering yourself and the goals that you have set for yourself too as well. Perfect example. I have a friend that this person watches way too much HGTV. I'm talking about every time I come to her house, she's got the Property Brothers on. She's got all the little shows that they watch, and she loves these home improvement shows. And she spends literally hours watching these shows throughout every week. But what's telling is that for as much time as she watches all of these home improvement shows, I also noticed that she has her own goals for home improvement in her own house that she never gets around to. And all the hours that she spends watching HGTV is actually taken away from the hours that she could spend actually improving her own home. So it's like you watch all of these TV shows, you watch all of this HGTV, but then in the end, you actually have nothing to show for it. This is why you have to watch out for the dangers of being too distracted with TV, because unfortunately, it doesn't serve you well and it doesn't bring any value to your life if there's an imbalance of your TV consumption. Next one that we have to be mindful of is how much we indulge in social media. Now, keep in mind, social media isn't all bad. Keep in mind, this video is a byproduct of social media. There's plenty of good things about social media. You can watch social media and get good inspirational advice. You can watch videos that'll give you information. You can watch things that are informative. And this is all good. But the problem is that when you allow social media to have too much of an imbalance in your life, this is when it becomes a problem. When you start spending too much time watching other people live out their lives and see them accomplish their dreams and their goals on social media, and you watch this at the expense of your own goals and dreams, this is hurting you more than it's helping you. Especially when you consider that a lot of times the things that we watch on social media isn't exactly real. A lot of times people are showing you just their highlights. You're seeing the highs of their life, but you'll never see the lows. They make sure of that. So in essence, you're almost in some respects watching another person's illusion that they're showing you. And then if you think about it, there's plenty of things on social media that have gossip. It has all types of foolishness. It has violence, brothers fighting, all types of stuff. And when we're investing all of our time into these things, what value does it actually bring to our lives? I'll share with you a story about a family member that I have. And this family member, and don't worry, family member, I'm not going to expose you or drop your name, but I am going to share your story. Because of this family member, I remember that this person was actually going to college, and he's a brilliant young man. He's very smart and 100% is very capable of doing very well at school. So this is the reason why he's at a major school on an academic scholarship. And he started to notice around his second semester that his grades started to tank, definitely started to go downhill. In high school, this guy was always like an A student. But now all of a sudden, this A student now started to have I think it was like a 1.7 GPA. And he was actually almost in danger of jeopardizing his academic scholarship that he had. He came and asked me some advice about this particular issue he was having. And I basically asked him, how much time are you spending on your phone? Because I noticed that this gentleman, he loves to be on the phone. He loves to be on Discord. He loves to watch YouTube, just like a lot of people. He likes to get on Instagram and everything else. And we figured out that this person was actually spending about 5 to 6 hours a day on their phone on social media. And keep in mind, social media is very tricky because it's not like that he's watching social media and watching YouTube or on Discord or whatever the case is for 5, 6 hours straight. It's half an hour here, half an hour there, 20 minutes here, 10 minutes here. And then when you add it all up throughout a day, next thing you know, you didn't spend about 6 hours scrolling on your phone without even realizing it. And so what we did was I challenged him and I told him, listen, I know you enjoy all the things that you like to do on your phone, internet, and everything else. And I'm not telling you to stop that altogether, but let's just do one thing. Let's go ahead and take 1 hour less from your social media indulgence, and let's put that towards your schoolwork. And I want you to be very purposeful with this and make sure that you're going to take at least 1 hour a day and dedicate that towards maintaining your schoolwork the way that you know that you need to, especially when you're in college. It's not like high school. High school, he was able to breeze through it and not have to put 100% effort into it. In college, it's a different ball game. So he accepted the challenge, and he took a semester where he specifically put aside 1 hour a day to dedicate it towards his schoolwork. And magically, that 1.7 GPA that he had now all of a sudden turned into a 3.5 GPA, which is something that he knew that he was always capable of, but he was handicapping himself from being able to accomplish this goal. Why? Because his overindulgence in social media. He allowed himself to be so distracted that it took away from the time that he needed to maintain his grades and his schoolwork. Again, nobody's saying that you can't enjoy and do the things that you like to do, but it's all about balance. And more importantly, it's all about establishing priorities for yourself. And the next and last silent killer of progression that 100% can hurt you if you're not careful. And I know with full certainty, with me I used to be a gamer when I was younger, and I know plenty of people that are still gamers to this day, that video games will rob a lot of time from you. And just like with social media and with TV, it'll be something where you don't even realize exactly how much time you're investing into this particular activity. I remember back in the day, I had a friend of mine that he used to love playing Grand Theft Auto. And in fact, this is back in the day when they had Grand Theft Auto, the San Andreas version. And what's funny is that in this version of Grand Theft Auto, they had a portion of the game where it was dedicated to where you could work on the physical fitness of your character. You could have them doing push-ups, you could have them doing sit-ups, lifting weights, the whole 9 yards. And basically it was designed to make it so that your character would have better endurance, would be stronger, so on and so forth. And I remember this guy, like over a year's time, he literally wasted, I can't put an exact number on it, but he spent way too much time and way too many hours invested into the physical fitness of his computerized character that was on Grand Theft Auto. And what's funny is that he actually spent more time that year building up the physical fitness of his make-believe character on Grand Theft Auto than he did in his own real life. He didn't go to the gym. He didn't spend time going out to exercise for himself. He wasn't in the best of shape. And that just goes to show you that this is how distractions work. While they're fun to indulge and they're fun to keep you distracted and to have, everybody likes to take some time for themselves and to spend a little time just to do the things that you like to do. And again, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But when you're spending more time on things that ultimately really don't matter more than the time that you can be spending on yourself, then this is an issue. And you know what? I believe that it's important to always keep in mind that what we spend our time on is what we're setting ourselves up for the life that we're going to end up purchasing. And let me repeat that for you one more time. What you spend your time on is the life that you will end up purchasing. So you got to start thinking about, man, what type of life am I setting myself up to purchase here? The clock is always ticking. And it's always helpful to remember that your time is not necessarily guaranteed or promised to you. A lot of us take for granted that we have all the time in the world to be able to do the things that we want to do. But that's not the case. And if the clock is always ticking, it's important to think about what time are you investing into yourself and into your own goals and your own dreams and your own aspirations. And you know what? I'd like to share this story with you guys because I think that this kind of encompasses the importance of your time management and your daily habits. Because at the end of the day, if you're not careful, it can get out of hand and things will be unbalanced. So there was a story that I heard from this guy named Dr. Miles Monroe. And in the story, he actually shared how he had a discussion with a group of people. And he asked these group of people, what is the most valuable place on earth? And so everybody chimed in what their guess was. Some people were saying like, yeah, the diamond mines in Africa, or some people were saying Wall Street, and everybody had their guess. And once everybody made their attempt to figure out what was the most valuable place in the world, Dr. Miles Monroe actually shared what he thought was the most valuable place in the world, which was very telling. And his answer to that question was the cemetery. And the reason why he said the cemetery is he believed that in the cemetery that there were books that were supposed to have been written and published, that there were songs that were supposed to have been shared with the world, that there were businesses that were supposed to have been started. And that his bottom line was that a lot of people leave this earth without ever getting around to sharing their gifts that they had to offer with the rest of the world. They never got a chance to share what it was that they were born to do with the rest of humanity. And that just goes back to the whole point, is that our time is ticking, and what are you investing your time and efforts into? And if you're not careful, you'll look up and 10 years ago by, 20 years ago by, and you still haven't started the goals that you have in your heart that you've always wanted to achieve. Don't take your time for granted, because it's not promised to you. And then more importantly, the older you get, the less time you have to fulfill your goals and your aspirations. And really, the moral of the story is, don't sacrifice your talents and your gifts or your dreams at the altar of distractions. What you have to bring to the world is too valuable, and you owe it to your generation to be able to share your gifts and talents with the rest of the world to help make the world a better place. Everybody was born to solve a problem, and everybody has some type of fruit that they have to contribute. And at the end of the day, if you're not careful, distractions can rob you of your ability to share those gifts and talents with the world. Hope this is some food for thought. And more importantly, I hope that this motivates you to be more mindful of how you're using your time. And more importantly, to understand that our daily habits can be a big indicator of where we're going in the future. Look forward to talking to you guys again soon. Please make sure that you hit the like button for me, and also make sure that you subscribe as well if you're not already subscribed. Look forward to talking to you guys again soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.